Hey y'all, Bad Girl Mystic here. I'm going to share with you some of my coloring therapy today. As many of you know, because this has been my main focus in my Instagram, what I've been sharing, I've been doing for therapy for my chronic pain and inflammation that I deal with from having a traumatic brain injury and complex PTSD. So this has been my focus this whole past year is doing some deep healing, whole body, physically, mentally, emotionally, as well as spiritually. And I have embraced the journey of witchcraft, just because it speaks to me. I can't explain the level of intuitive heart connection I have. And so finding the coloring planner, the Book of Shadows coloring planner from Amy Cesari has been a blessing. So it's helped me grow as a witch, and also it's helped me stick daily to my coloring therapy because it was something I knew was good for me. I know that coloring is wonderful for stimulating the hormones, and it's extremely relaxing and healing and helps break the habit of muscle tension. So here's what I'm working on because I have joined Amy's Facebook group, The Coloring Coven, and I've had a few people ask me to do a video about my style. So this is the pages that I'm working on. These are the last pages of 2019. And what I've done is I've gone in and I've blocked color with the lightest shades, and then I work my way out. And one of the things I'm playing with right now, because I got from my hubby as a little Christmas gift, is gel pens, all different colors. And oh, she wanted to know what I'm working with. That's it. Got them off of Amazon. Don't give me shit about Amazon because I am what's called a shut-in because of my injuries. I'm pretty much homebound. So here's my coloring crayons. And they asked about my process. So part of my process is I have 1 cup of fucking amazing Sulfo coffee that I love, that I make with organic brown sugar, dark brown sugar, and half. And that's my treat. That's my soul food in the morning. I also have a bunch of supplements I take, and I also partake in cannabis when I go to do my coloring therapy. Helps me with muscle relaxation and focus, and I have overall found it to be wonderful. I also have 2 chihuahuas to my side, and this is an important part of the process because a lot of times when I'm coloring, they will hit my hand or jump in my lap unexpectedly. And so what happens a lot of time, people ask about my blending. My blending's really mistakes that kind of happened, and I just go with it. So I'm still holding these. Let me put these down. So in terms of my process, okay, just real quickly, like I talk about mistakes. I also have hand trembles from my due to some repairs going on with my central nervous system. So what I do is if I have with crayons, with color pencil, whatever, marker, pen, I do like working with layering a little bit of marker in every once in a while to help with blending. My also new favorite toy, I'm not going to look for it right now, but my husband also got me one of those blending pens for blending color, which is now my new favorite fun tool. So a lot of all that right there I did with the blending pen. But I start with the lightest shades, and this I learned from Amy's video. And I also work my craft while I'm at it. I sit down, I do hand exercises, I take a few deep breaths. I read something that's inspirational, like right now I got in the library, which I have to take back. Almost everything, Notes on Hope, Anne Lamott. And one of the things she said that really struck me is she said that someone she loved who had died, that they were a living presence within them. So if you're going to do a daily practice for healing, you need like something that has a strong emotional connection as well as something that physically does well. I mean, there's a huge amounts of different physical therapies you can do for healing the nervous system. But for me, art, because it also connects me to the living presence of my mom within my heart. My mom died a few years back, and my mom was my first art teacher. And it amazes me how much comes up. One of the other reasons I like coloring is doing shadow work. Coloring also brings up a lot of memories from childhood. So sometimes, triggers are triggers. Either you're going to trigger something happy or you're going to trigger something sad, whatever it is. There's a sensory, something in your environment, some sensory information that reminds you of something. So coloring helps me get in touch with a lot of younger memories that I definitely have a lot of shadow work around within my own childhood and traumas, dramas, and karma that happened to me. So coloring works for me on twofold. It's something joyful and light and stimulates healthy hormones, but it also helps me work with my darker shadow work, which I'm what's called a solitary witch, eclectic witch, modern witch, whatever. But how I work my witchcraft, I call it self-craft. It's a combination of self-care and self-love and focus. Where am I putting my focus? So in terms of technique, I'll show you guys the finished product, but basically I just go in, I block color. I used to do a lot of theater, so blocking is a great way for me to get motivated to do something. Is just start with the lightest shades and then grab all the colors within that and just start layering them in. So as you can see, I'm about to start working on the ruby right now. So I've grabbed every light shade of gel and I've gone in. Now, here's a mistake right there. I was coloring and it was dark and I thought I grabbed pink and I grabbed peach. And so you can see I've got like peach, some oranginess to my clothes, which will eventually be red, and to this crystal, which will eventually be a garnet. So as you can see, right now I'm starting to layer in colors. That was the metallic right there. I usually don't like to add the bling until last. And what I mean by bling is metallics and glitter glue and things like that. And I'll definitely do a video on that. But, oh, and here's my new favorite fun tool. Those are gel color crayons. So what I then like to do after I finish filling in the work, the detail, is I like to do the borders in crayon. And for those of you who haven't seen my work before, you know what? I'm not going to try to open up a clipboard and hold the phone at the same time. You can just go to my Instagram account. All the pictures are there that I use. Anywho, shout out to Anastasia from my Coloring Coven Witchy Art sister. Thank you for giving me a little push to ask about sharing my techniques. And I will do another video on my progress. All right. Happy New Year. Peace out.